Hey guys, it's Pam. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Now that we are in Ul'dah, I went ahead and fixed the character name display in the chat window. It's not going to show previous things, but hopefully from here on. Oh, here we go. The Little Ladies Day seasonal event started yesterday, I believe, and it's going until March 31st. And then we also have the treasure trove, the Hunt for Scripture. They do these, and I think I mentioned it previously, the Moogle tombstone thing is various dungeons, and I think you can do like frontline stuff too, and earn tombstones and get special rewards. It's leading up to the patch of 6.2? 6.1. You must be the envoy from Gridania. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival. So, yeah, that's happening. I may earn some while I'm going through this. It's not something I'm planning on doing much on Galvin. Flame General... I'm not reading these things. Flame General Raubahn will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the husting strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. I'm not being a good YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber anyway. Despite the fact that I am here recording, putting episodes on YouTube, I don't consider myself to be a YouTuber. They have a little mechanic where as you pass by people, they will look at you often, and I really just like that. I also love that so many of the guards in Ul'dah are Lalafels. Of course, we have to start getting our Ethernet charts here. Look at that. One of the trees down there is that's up for display for the little ladies thing, is a sakura. That's so pretty. They mentioned peach blossoms in the game, I guess, to separate it from Japan because we're not in Japan. But normally this would be cherry blossom season. Anyway, I do want to look again at when the date is because, oh, it doesn't say when. 6.1. 6.1 is going to be the first big patch. I believe the first 24-man Alliance raid is coming out, so I'm looking forward to that, even though I'm going to be terrible at it. And I also think, God, I feel like they said data center travel was finally going to be coming, but also something else. I think we're finally going to start getting that farming area, which I've been looking forward to. Your Warrior of Light can live the slow life. The Gridanian envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, sir? My thanks. Ah, yes, the seal of the Elder Seedseer. Please proceed. Now we're going to meet Raubahn. Oh, look. It's the Ivy. I mean... it's Royale.
羊にとらわれずに使う。金も実利というものが分かっておるな。我が輩が砂の都ウルダ派のグランドカンパニー、不滅隊の最高司令官、ラウバーン・アルディンだ。さて、要件を聞かせてもらおうか。
Cardno. I remember bloody Cardno. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Oh, trust Merlewhip to make light of our wolf problem. Women always did have a black sense of humor. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts. Let's try that again. Wolves are bloodthirsty beasts upon which one cannot turn one's back. 'Tis only a matter of time before they bite. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solus Zosgalvus, who is a name that we will have to remember. They swiftly brought the other nations of Ilsabard to heel, and so the legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. Elaine Royale. She's his assistant, right-hand woman. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders. And their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belsaer, my God, I can't even talk today. And their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belsaer, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the admiral would not let it go unnoticed. All the other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Kane will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The elder seer will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. He mentioned Gaius. I keep doing that. Gaius is also known as the Black Wolf, which is why the wolf joke was made, a reference. You may now make use of the airship routes connecting the 3 nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare and gill. Yeah, from now on, we have to pay for our travel. Look at all this crap that I've already accumulated. I'm going to, first thing, get my little minion. Now I've got a bunch of crafting stuff. I don't plan on crafting on this guy, so I'm going to sell it all eventually, but I don't have a way to do so yet. I have to unlock certain other things first. My Lord Envoy, I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. If you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. It may be Baderon instead. I'm not really sure. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased were you offered him your services. Were those even words? I think those were words that came out of my mouth. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we're going to run around Ul'dah now and see. Now, you can... what I really like is how you can see how diverse the cities are in terms of structure and just the general atmosphere, the way they're set up. You know, Gridania is the forest home, and it's just full of trees everywhere. Limsa is built on the shores of the sea and has its own color scheme, like the white and green, basically. And Ul'dah is we haven't even seen the outside yet, but you can tell it's in the desert. And with these random, like, patches, it's now full daytime. There's a lot of little fountains because you want to refresh yourself, you know, when you're doing all this running around. Actually, I'm going to do this and go back to... Look at all of this we still have to get. They just recently implemented this whole system where you have a list of the Aetherites instead of just getting a map. So it's kind of nice to have this. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take the lift down to the Ruby Road Exchange, I think. Yes. Everything here is also, we have Emerald Road, we have the Sapphire Road, it's all named after jewels, and I mean, Ul'dah is the jewel of the desert. Oh gosh, look at it, it's so pretty. I actually did the event yesterday on my main just to get it done with, but gosh, I really love how they do the decoration. They do not go half on anything. Like it's all really they just like go all out on the decorating, and it's just, it feels over the top, but it also just feels right in many ways. So we're going to start seeing things like that quest marker over there that's red that I can't unlock yet, because that is, I believe, the starts the quest line, or to unlock the Reaper job, and you have to be level 70, so I can't do that yet. Let me go unlock this Chocobo Keep while I'm at it. Mimi gun. Nothing. I don't want to ride right now. But they also have like these little stages so people can, you know, pose, because they know. I mean, we have a thing just called I'm going to show you G pose real quick. We have G pose just for, where am I? Oh, there I am. Okay. And you have all kinds of settings for it. I can, you know, at least change his. I haven't done any of this on in the thing yet, but I want to show it off a little bit. You can change the camera position and move it in real close. You can also like alter the angles. You can change like what you see outside of you. You can like get rid of NPCs and minions and stuff. Change the lighting, change like the color of it's just the possibilities are literally endless. And I'm not going to do any more of that, but like we have the glamour system, which is the true end game, as my friend likes to say, and it's true. So that whatever you're wearing, if you don't really like the clothing that you're equipped in, once you unlock glamours, you can play around with that till the end of time. We have like 15 glamour plates, and it's still not enough. And glamour dressers in the in rooms, which is where you set up your glamour plates. And I'll do a whole thing on that probably at some point as well. Also, I'm terribly amused that even now my my own name is only showing up on in the log as capital for first initial and last name, which is how I want it to be for everyone. So yeah, there's normal quests like the initial quests that you get around Gridania. Each of the starting cities have them, because these are the 3 places where you can start out. We have Gridania, which is where I started. Oh, you know what? These birds must have something to do with the event, because I don't think I've normally seen that. Look at the little plates of Dongo and stuff. Gridania is where you get your archers and dragoons, or lancers, I mean, and also conjurers, who respectively become bards, dragoons, and white mages. In Limsa, you have, let me see if I can remember correctly, you have arcanists, which can become both scholars and summoners. Scholar is a healing class, summoner is a DPS class. You have marauders, which is a tank class, that become warriors. What else? You can, the rogue class, which is an interesting one because it starts at level 10. Or you can't get it until, it doesn't start at level 1. You can't pick it as an initial like starting class for some reason. It has something to do with like how it was introduced, I guess, in Stormblood. I don't know. And then what else is in Limsa? The marauders, the arcanists, something else. I can't remember right now. It's going to drive me crazy. You know what? I will look at my character profile. What else? Oh my god. those are the only ones. Arcanist and Warrior. Or Marauder. And then here in Ul'dah you get Gladiator, which becomes Paladin. You get Pugilist, which becomes Monk. And Thaumaturge, which becomes Black Mage. So yeah, I guess that fits. Red Mage is a job that starts at 50. Blue Mage is a limited job that starts at 50. Rogue, like I said, starts at 10. Samurai starts here, but you have to be level 50. Reaper starts here, but you have to be level 70. Machinist starts in Ishgard, and you have to be 50, but then it takes you back to level 30. Dancer starts in Limsa, and you have to be 60. Dark Knight starts in Ishgard, and you have to be 50, and then it takes you back to level 30. Gunbreaker is in Limsa as well? No, Gridania. And that one starts, you have to be 60. And then Astrologian is an Ishgard one that starts at, you have to be 50 and it starts at 30. And Sage is the other new class they introduced, which is healer, obviously. And you have to be level 70. And that one starts in Limsa, I believe. Every expansion they like to introduce at least one or two new classes. Because everybody wants something new to level up, even though it's basically ends up being very similar. Like, the only difference is the name of the spells, as far as I can tell. This person is also brand new, I guess. Or maybe not. Anyway, I'm going to go around the Gold Court and try and get all of the... Oh, you are a very well-dressed gentleman indeed. I just want to get all of the Ethernet shards here. I think, honestly, Ul'dah has the most. But it's also a very widespread city. In fact, it actually technically has 3 levels, whereas the others only have 2, because it has that section where the Alchemist Guild is. So on top of all of the jobs and classes that you can take, there's also all the crafting ones, like this person is a weaver. And all of these guilds are the various crafting and gathering as well. Makes you wonder what he's up to. I think that's where the Reaper hideout, for lack of a better word, is. And then finally we have the market area, the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. I just went down Pearl Lane to get here. And hopefully that's all of them? I just read that as Sapphic Avenue. I'm like, okay, that's cool too. Look at this diminutive Aura woman with a gigantic axe. She's a warrior. Okay, so I've got all the Ethernet access in Ul'dah. Yawning. There's only one thing left to do now. I mean, I could take every single job. In Ul'dah we have the weavers. Well, for gathering we have the miners, and then for crafting we have the weavers, the goldsmiths, and the alchemists. In Limsa, for gathering, you have the fishermen, the Fishermen's Guild, which makes sense because, on the sea. And the crafting there is the blacksmiths, the armorsmith, and the culinarians, the cooks. And then Gridania has, for gathering, botany, which makes sense, again, the forest. I really like the way they placed each guild so that we're in a place where it actually makes sense, like mining being in Ul'dah and goldsmiths being in Ul'dah. But for crafting in Gridania, it is the carpenters, again, makes sense, and the leather workers. And when you do crafting, you can just do one job, but eventually it gets to a point where you have to get really specific materials from the others. And it can be super hecking expensive. As usual, I'm just yawning my head off. I'm sorry about that. So it's almost better to do all the crafting, which is referred to as omni-crafting. And it can be very time-consuming. It's very profitable. In honesty, I really like it. It's pleasant to do. It's simple. The quests are fun. Even the quests are like really intriguing. Like the characters that you meat and the plots that happen, even in just that, is fun. And it's actually useful in terms of like the stuff that you make. The current like master level crafting books that you get are like the stuff that you can make literally right now is top tier above what you would get in a dungeon. So it's very handy. Especially since you always want to keep your gear at the highest level. Okay, so we're going to take the airlift to the Drowning Wench. Because at a certain point you get locked out of dungeons by the item level of your items. Like right now, my item level average is 11. Fortunately, it doesn't matter at this point in time. But I should actually check and make sure that I'm wearing all the recommended gear. I am. So why is my gear set not updated? But then if I wanted to change into another job, I would switch out my weapon. And that would make... So if I put a Marauder axe in there, it would have to be the very lowest level one, but that would make me a Marauder. So that's all it is. And then you can save your gear set so it's easier to switch between them. Anyway, let's talk to Baderon. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you in a... Aye, I'm Baderon, all right. Who's asking? Ah, as I've got a job for a capable venturer, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy, but if you think you're still interested, let me know and I'll fill you in on the details. I am going to... Actually, all of this is below my low level for me, so I don't... Cowls, and there's a piece of armor that is like the headpiece and the body piece in one, and it looks like you're in a tin can. I don't like it. I don't like it, sir. Anyway, I'm above level for all this, and that's why none of that gear is good for me. Anyway, we're going to see the Commodore again, whom we just saw in Merlwyb's chambers when we talked to her. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it, some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If you'd permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Ah, yes. He was in the office with Merlwyb and the other gentleman who's an admiral, I believe. I can't remember his name. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellowjacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Patrons. Did I not say that? Neither, in fact. I was informed you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Aleport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Krulls had taken up a residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it's settled. Sastasha is located in western La Noscea. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vimilpa. She can be found at the ferry docks in the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. Alright, I'm also going to do this. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As oft-used as it seemed to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quintanane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but the last time I did that, Baderon docked my wages. This is going to be something that will be very nice to have. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every side who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? The tight-arsed bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was at Edinburgh Airport. Aye, where else, scurvy sop. Nigh me a willin', he's still stranded at the ferry docks, so the gods know it won't help get me Gil back. Okay, so, I'm just trying to think about the best way to go about all this. Oh, and also I want to do this one. I think. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to read through all of these because basically they're saying there's a slasher on the loose. A madman about. Why, he brandished his blade so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but there's a scream. Oh, no. Basically, this unlocks the esthetician. Although you don't have to do it, it gives you a free pass to use it once, which is nice because normally it's like 2,000 gil. That's him, the slasher. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? Yeah, this is it also teaches you a little bit about how to do emotes, which is, we're going to doubt him. Oh, the ignominy of all. Ignominy. Ignominy is what it should be. He wants me to get some new tools for him because he is the esthetician, even though this woman doesn't believe it. So I'm going to go get the one from the lady who's here. This is super simple to do, honestly, because each of the things you have to get are in one of the 3 cities that you're going to. I could have gone around the other way as well. It's fine. I keep running around these flower pots, but they are actually not substantial. The Barmy's fool's lost his tools again. Alright, got that. And whenever you see the purple, I think I've said it before. I think it's purple. It's probably not, but I think it is. It means that there's something to be unlocked. I honestly, I think that you get the esthetician anyway, like I said, but it's fine. I just like having the free pass. Okay, so we're going to Fisherman's Bottom, or Fisherman's Guild, but I mean it is the and I can turn in the challenge log, which is what this is, to this guy. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. My journal, why I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Har har. Did you steal a glance at his pages, perchance? No? A shame, that. For this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Har har. You've the air of an adventurer about you, if one's still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay your... But of course, I've a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself the wench, do thank that Elzen fellow for his generosity. Har har. Get a potion. If you do all these non-scenario quests, you end up with a lot of extra potions and things, which is really nice. Okay. You hear about Commodore Rayner's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for... What did I just say? Then you want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in Western La Noscea, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sestasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sestasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. All right, so we are going to travel to Aleport. The Mist is the housing area for Limsa, and in Ul'dah it's the Goblet. But for right now, we're just going to go to Aleport. We don't need to go to Costa del Sol yet. We'll get there eventually. And now that we're on the Aleport docks, I'm going to end this episode here. We can't see anything because it's starting to get to be nighttime, and oh my god, it is impossible to see his face at all. There is one of the lighthouses, the beacon, I think. There is another one over there that got damaged in the Calamity, just a little bit. I really love the look of that one, though. That's Sirius Pharos, I believe. I can't remember exactly, but it is actually a level 50 dungeon. But yeah, we are going to... You know what? I'm just going to run up here and get the Aetheryte. Each major each major, like, village, city, town, whatever you want to call it, will have one of these. And there'll generally be one or possibly two per, like, area. Like, we're in Western La Noscea. There's actually two here. There's one here, and then there's one up in Swift Perch. And then we're going to go grab Screebuild's quest, even though that's not a story quest, because you get minions from it. And I always have to have my minions. But yeah, there that is. So we're going to look out on this beautiful vista with the ships in port and the mermaid, the siren, and yeah, that's going to be it for the episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye.